Welcome to the Undeserving Podcast. I'm Bryan.
I'm Josh.
And we have our good friend Micah back with us. How you doing, man?
Good. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
So, what's going on here? Do you just plan on showing up for every time we do another podcast?
Yeah, and I plan to wear the same shirt, same hat, and everything.
Well, I'm not paying you, dude. I don't even get dental through this job.
Dude, did you upgrade to a house yet?
Huh?
Did you upgrade to a house yet?
Or are you still under the bridge?
Well, actually, I met this amazing woman. She's not my wife. It actually happened in like the past episodes that we recorded.
Oh boy.
So, yeah, dude, we moved in together, got married.
In that order?
Yeah. No, got married, moved in together.
There we go. I was about to
hold up.
I was about to lay down the holy hand of God.
No, but yeah, glad to be here.
Awesome, dude. We love having you here. Woody, what are we talking about today, man? What's our fun topic of the day?
We have two. We could talk about them in any order you want. But I figured we could talk about our favorite movies and also talk about our favorite church history figures.
Awesome. What do you guys want to start with, movies or church figures?
I think we should start with movies because figures I feel like will take a little longer.
Okay, we can start with that. Micah, as our guest, why don't you tell us some of your favorite movies?
Whew.
Caught him off guard, man.
Yeah, you did, man. Man, there's so many movies that I've watched. It's kind of hard to pick some of the best ones. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and a lot of people might disagree with my choice in this trilogy.
Okay.
I love The Matrix. Probably one of the best movies I've ever seen. Trilogies I've ever seen. And maybe that's biased because I grew up watching them because my dad loved them, and it's like something we did together.
Right.
More sentimental. I do love that trilogy. But I think that I'm more into movies that are very like, I don't know, like I like thrillers. I love movies that are you have to use your brain to figure out what's going on. Like I love Inception. Inception's like an amazing movie.
He would love Tenet.
I feel like
I
Inception
haven't watched
messed with
Tenet.
my mind.
Oh yeah, I love movies like that. Like trying to figure out what's happening. Like psychological thrillers. Like they're amazing. I do love. I forget the name of that movie. It's based on the serial killer that kills a bunch of people. Just
Zodiac?
based on the Ten Commandments.
Seven.
Or the Seven Deadly Sins. Yeah, 7. That movie is fascinating. And it's I do like movies like that. I like movies that are psychological thrillers, trying to understand the mind of like why this is happening. Like, and another movie that's really good. It's a movie of two magicians.
Prestige.
The Prestige.
Yep, that's a great movie.
The Prestige is probably one of the best movies I've ever watched. It's a little bit of a long movie, but it gets you being like, because there's so many timelines. I love movies like that too, when it just twists you up with the timelines. The Prestige is an incredible movie.
Yeah, dude, you would love Tenet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I keep hearing about it. I do want to.
Woody went to see it twice.
Dude, I would see it a third time. Like,
Really?
We could talk to the other Josh tonight. Maybe see it again. I would be.
Dude, I'd be down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have seen it 0 times.
Really, dude.
It's good.
I keep hearing it's good.
It's a long one though. It's like 3 hours.
That's like all his movies though that he makes.
Then again,
yeah, maybe not quite. It's 2 hours 30 minutes.
I'm not surprised. Christopher Nolan makes pretty long movies.
Yeah.
They're all amazing though. Let me just say that. A lot of his movies are great.
I do like the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh, yes. The Dark Knight, man. That's a classic.
I think that was the best Bane I've ever seen.
Yeah. The Dark Knight is probably my favorite movie of all time, excuse me.
I do love The Dark Knight, yeah.
But I also love Wes Anderson's movies.
The Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Fantastic Mr. Fox, Isle of Dogs, Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh, I give you that, yeah.
Grand Budapest Hotel. Those are all really good movies. I'm gonna get.
Yeah, we should do some by years. Like, do you have any like '90s movies that you guys think it's like they're amazing?
Ooh, that's a good
I mean, my
question.
favorite movie of all time is from the 90s.
Really? Which one?
My all-time favorite movie, which is a 90s movie, is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
That's fair. That's
fair. That's a really good
It
movie.
spans holidays, so you could use it for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. You've got an anthropomorphic skeleton. Who doesn't love that? And, it's a great movie. The soundtrack's fun. I love it. It's been around in my life since I was a kid. And you can ask my wife, babe, tell everybody about how much I sing along with the soundtrack.
You sing along to the whole thing?
The whole thing. I don't even need the words.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, as far as the 90s, Goodfellas was really, really good. That was a really good movie.
Yeah, it was.
This isn't a 90s movie, but I forgot about this movie. So I saw this on IMDb's top 250 movies, and I never heard of it before, and I wanted to watch it. And dude, I watched this movie, and it's not in English, but it's probably like one of the most like deep, like eye-opening movies you'll ever see. It's about like these like kids growing up in the of Rio, slums of Rio.
Oh.
And like in the whole like Rio's like really bad like with like drug gangs and stuff like that.
Right.
And there's a scene in the movie where it's like really just like eye opening. And this stuff happens all the time, dude. Where like this drug lord just finds like one of these kids like stole money from him. And these are like a 9-year-old kid, and he makes the one kid like shoot his other friend.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and it's like it's not this. I don't know if this is a true. I don't think it's a true story, but like, this is based on like stuff that like actually happens in Rio. It's a crazy movie. It's called City of God.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Yeah, I mean, did you guys? I don't know if you guys ever did, but I enjoy watching all the Rocky movies. Like, those are classic.
I love the Rocky movies.
Oh my gosh!
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I'll
make some people mad. I've never seen a Rocky movie.
What?
Never seen a Rocky movie.
What about The Godfathers? The Godfather.
I started watching The
Good
Godfather.
movies.
I didn't like
Good
it.
movies.
I wasn't into it.
Really?
No, I started watching the first one. I thought it was really boring.
I love The Godfather.
Those are the kind of movies I used to watch with my dad. Like,
Yeah.
Those are like classics.
Really good old movie. I actually have seen this one. It was 12 Angry Men. I had to watch them my freshman year of college.
I don't think I've ever seen
That was
What year is that?
57. It's really good though.
I'll tell you what is a really good movie from back in the day that nobody ever talks about, just because it's like an old Japanese movie. The Seven Samurai.
That's actually on the top 250 list on IMDb, bro.
You guys ever seen it?
No,
No, I
I've never
haven't.
seen
But
it.
It is such a good movie.
It's
like
number 19.
Like, it is so good that an American director stole the idea and put a cowboy skin on it and remarketed it as the Magnificent Seven.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So, like, that was based off the Seven Samurai. It's the Seven Samurai who team up to defend a small village from a bunch of bandits that are always attacking them. And it does a really good job of really fleshing out the personalities of each individual samurai and why they're fighting. It's a great movie. You have to see it at least once. I will say it's a long movie. I think it's probably 3 hours at least.
Dude, I want to just like take a week and just watch like a bunch of movies that I need to watch.
I mean, hey, dude, it's gonna be the beginning of the year before too long.
Forrest
Refresh
Gump.
that PTO.
True.
I love Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Yeah.
Forrest Gump made me weep.
Really?
Yeah, at the end when Jenny died. Spoiler.
Oh my gosh! I can't.
You've had long enough to see
You
it.
have to.
Dude, my wife Jules is right there. She has never actually finished it.
Wait, really?
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut this out, man. Editing.
Dude,
Yeah, because editing it out, the episode will save it from her hearing it.
Dude, it's been 26 years. Like,
Well, that would lead me into the next, couple movies. Men in Black.
Yeah.
We'll just have to erase it out of her mind. It's fine.
It would be so useful just to be able to do that.
I
Jules,
know.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
You're such
I
a
fell
sinner,
asleep
dude.
the first time.
I got shot on the buttocks. I would like
you know
to
what
see that.
You know what else is a really good 50s movie? Which was like, you probably heard of this movie by the terrible, awful remake with Keanu Reeves. But the original movie was fantastic. It's the... Oh my gosh, I can't remember it now. Keep talking. Alright, sorry.
So, if I have to pick a movie though that's not The Nightmare Before Christmas as a favorite movie, I think it easily goes to the Lord of the Rings movies.
Lord of the Rings are fantastic.
Yeah, they really are. Especially the extended editions. You gotta watch the extended editions. It takes you like 6 years to watch the entire series then, but it's worth it.
Yeah. It's The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good movie. The original, not the one with Keanu Reeves. That one's booty. But
That one is booty.
Boutte.
the original one was fantastic.
Oh man.
Keanu Reeves is also a really good actor, dude.
He
He's
is.
just been in some terrible movies.
Yeah.
I was watching a while ago. I don't know why, but I wanted to watch a Dracula movie, so I watched the one from the 90s, and I forgot Keanu Reeves was in that.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Is he? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it's the one from like 92. Frank something directed it. I think it, but it's the same guy who.
Frank Sinatra?
No, not that guy.
Just-
No, not that guy.
Dude, have you ever seen the original? You probably haven't. I'm just weird, but have you ever seen the original Nosferatu? Like the silent one?
Yeah.
Dude, that movie, some movies are really hard to go back to, man.
So, like, do you think it's like laughable, or do you think it's like actually a half okay movie?
It was just, I don't know. I was really tired when I watched it, so like maybe that had something to do with it. But like I was just like trying to follow it, and I was like, this is really boring, dude. Like,
So, if you ever want to see a movie from back in the day, that's like really just kind of disturbing looking, there's this movie called I think it's like The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. And it's this old, like, horror movie. And everything is done, all the art and for the backgrounds is, like, this really, like, German expressionist kind of thing. So all of the buildings, all of the shadows are, like, warped and wonky looking. It's a weird-looking movie.
dude, some of those like older horror movies, like the really old ones, are like a lot like they're almost like more unsettling than some of the newer horror movies, just because like the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because
yeah.
a lot of the horror movies now are just like based almost about the same stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
nothing new, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it was a
Do you guys ever watch Blade? Like
No, I
the
haven't
Like The Vampire Hunter?
Yeah.
Heck yes.
dude, those are like amazing movies, man.
Those were the first good superhero movies.
Yeah,
what are
I
they
agree.
superhero movies?
Well, Blade's a Marvel superhero.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
And the anime was fantastic too.
Yeah.
There's a Blade anime.
It's good.
Of course, you know they animate it up a lot. How he would call out the names of his moves as he was doing them. Anime tropes 101. Shout out the name of your move.
Yeah, no, but it's they were good movies. I actually, yeah.
Is that with like Wes something?
It was
No, it was Snipes.
Yeah,
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Yeah.
yeah. No, have you ever seen those, Woody?
No, I haven't
Dude,
seen it.
they're
Those are pretty great movies.
So
Yeah.
I've heard, yeah.
really
Have you guys speaking of horror movies, have you guys ever seen that movie? It's probably still on Netflix. I don't have Netflix anymore, but it was that horror movie, The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
yeah.
Dude, that movie actually freaked me out. Like,
It's pretty rough.
I'm not one to get too scared of horror movies. Like, they don't really bother me that much, but man, that one got to me.
I don't
Also-
watch too many horror movies just because, admittedly, I'm kind of a coward when it comes to that stuff.
See, you're probably
get it.
never gonna play Resident Evil 7 then.
No,
Such
probably
a
not.
good
Probably
game.
not. Like I kid you guys not. As pathetic as this will sound, and as embarrassing as this is going to sound, not too long ago, Jules and my sister-in-law wanted to watch the new It movie.
Oh,
And-
it like the clown.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I am terrified of clowns.
Really?
Yeah, like if I see a clown in real life and I feel like they want to harm me, like that person is dead. But like if there's a clown on the screen, even if I know logically they don't exist, I still just shudder every time they show up.
Really?
I am terrified of
That's
clowns.
true.
There had to be something in your life that caused that, though. Like,
Yeah, it was my older brother making me watch like the It miniseries with Tim Curry when I was like 3, and just seeing
That'll
this.
do it.
Dude, that's exactly what made my sister afraid of clowns, bro. Like-
yeah. Oh,
That's
dude,
so
I was
funny.
just like, oh, what is wrong with people?
I know, did you? Would you get scared if you saw the Killer Clowns from Outer Space movie?
You know,
That movie is ridiculous.
You know, I've seen somebody do a kill count on that on YouTube. That one I think I could handle just because of how hokey it is.
It was really fun. Like the first time I ever saw, I knew it was a parody movie, but probably the funniest thing, and I don't know why this made me laugh, but there was just at the beginning of the movie, there's like those typical stereotypical jock scenes in horror movies. Where they just be like, drinking like a bunch of like Bud Lights or something, like throw them on the ground.
Uh-huh.
They did like the same thing, but there's just this like gigantic like mountain pile of beer cans, and it didn't say any brand, just said beer on it.
Nice.
It was, I don't know, it just got me, dude. It was so funny.
Generic unbranded beer.
I tell you what though, talking about the scary movies, there's one in Netflix that I watched a long time ago that completely freaked me out, and I wanted to throw up. There's a part in it, it's called The Taking of Deborah Logan.
I've heard of
And
it.
there's a part in there that she's just like some kind of demon thing, and she starts eating a little girl, like,
Oh my
and
gosh.
she's like eating her head, like,
Ugh.
and then they shoot her right in the head, and it's horrifying.
That's
Look, it's right there. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. I can't. It was just like disgusting.
You know
It's
what?
always the ones that have a person's name in it
Yeah.
that turn out to be the most grotesque.
Like The Exorcism of Emily Rose. That's
Yes.
the first scariest movie I ever
Oh.
watched in my life. And I didn't sleep for like 5 days.
My older
I was, like,
sister
10.
made me watch that with her, and I was straight up like, gosh, now I feel like I'm going to need to exercise the house.
Dude, I anybody else, this might sound weird, and I know we have to get to the next topic, but
Yeah,
Did
let's
anybody-
finish up this.
did anybody ever, after watching a scary movie, like, was afraid of opening the freaking shower curtain? And like, or when you're alone in the shower, or anywhere, you're in the toilet and you have to open the shower curtain because you think there's something behind it. I do that still to this day
So-
sometimes, not gonna lie.
So, growing up, my brother made me watch the Nightmare on Elm Street movies with him, too.
Oh, no.
And being that I was 6 or 7 and thinking that there's some dude that could attack me in my dreams, and knowing that he wanted to attack children specifically, like, I had a nightstand that was, like, we had a nightstand that was in between our beds. We shared a room that was probably, like, not even this far away from my bed, and I was terrified in the middle of the night to reach over for a cup of water, because I thought this clawed hand was going to come out of nowhere and just, like, slice my arm up and drag me into this nightmare world.
That'd be quite the way to go.
Ugh.
No, dude.
And now, go ahead. We gotta get on to our talk about church fathers.
I don't, not really with horror movies, because like I said, horror movies don't really bother me that much. Except I will say Midsummer and Hereditary. Those movies are freaking
Hereditary.
I hate-
Oh my
I
gosh.
hate those movies so much. Anyway, moving on. The thing that used to make me do that exact same thing is I used to listen to these things called creepypastas. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. Probably.
Salad fingers.
Yeah, that was it was like Jeff the Killer and
Weird.
Slender Man and stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Some of them are really dumb, but like, dude, some of them, like, it was more psychological because like you started thinking about them and it really got under your skin. Actually,
Rusty spoon.
but I
creepy.
actually stopped listening to those a few years ago because I was just like, this is like really unhelpful with my spiritual life.
Yeah, I mean,
Just,
yeah,
like,
honestly.
This is there's no value to this whatsoever. Like, but anyway,
Pretty creepy stuff, man.
So we've got a little more than 10 minutes. So, real quick, because I know the audience is dying to know. Favorite church father, why do you love him so much? I'll start real quick just because, you know, I think it's appropriate for the fact that we're getting closer to Christmas here. People, the real St. Nicholas is one of the best church fathers that you'll ever meet. Or, well, not meet, but, you know, read
yeah,
about.
he's dead.
Yeah. He was raised in a Christian home. His parents taught him to love the Lord from a really young age. As soon as they died, his parents died when he was like 6. But like he inherited this huge amount of money from them. And right away, the first thing he does is he's giving money to kids out in the orphanage, to single girls specifically, so they had a dowry so that they could get married and not just have to grow up to be prostitutes.
Wow.
You know, he studied the Bible across the country, made pilgrimages to Egypt and Palestine, visiting Jerusalem and like seeing where the Jews had been. Ended up in prison for his faith at one point.
Wow.
And a lot of the stuff I read says that they beat him till he was like, his skin was like bright red and bloody.
Jeez.
And he would just laugh at these people like, that all you got?
Wow.
And then the best moment, because this is the kind of Santa Claus that we should be talking about around Christmas, is the fact that at the Council of Nicaea, when they were talking about the heresy known as Arianism, which basically says that Jesus didn't always exist, but, you know, we can talk about that another day. He got so mad at Arius that he straight up punched this dude in the face, knocked him out, jumped on him, was getting ready to beat him some more, and it took like 12 people to restrain him. And I was just like, dude,
My guy.
dude,
Wow.
Saint Nicholas, talk about checking your list twice. That's my church father of the day.
Oh, that's good.
That's wonderful.
That's savage.
Go ahead, Micah.
God. No, you go ahead, please.
Oh, okay. I want to close. No, I'm kidding. My church figure is going to be Polycarp. For those who may not be familiar, most people probably aren't. He was a first century church figure who was rumored to be a student of Paul.
John.
Was it John?
I think it was
it's
John.
like debated between
John.
John and Paul.
It was John.
Maybe it was John Paul.
John. One of the two. Okay. But anyway, so he was someone who was like just absolutely on fire for the Lord, and he near the end of his life, he lived to like 80 years old. He had a vision that he was supposed to be burned alive for his faith, and he actually woke up from the dream and he said, "This needs to be done." Like he just had like no fear, and that is baller. All right, because I would. If someone came up to me and told me, "Hey, you're going to be burned alive for your faith," I'd be like, "What do you mean?" Like,
You'd be like, what faith?
sadly, so I hope not. No, so these Roman soldiers actually came to his house. He had his servants feed them and treat them with hospitality, and he willingly went with them to his death. And they were about to like nail him to a post, and he said something along the lines of like, "You don't need to nail me. I'm not going to
run."
You like something along those lines, and they said they became like one more chance, like deny your faith in the Lord. And he said, I've walked with the Lord for 80 years, and He has never done me any wrong. How could I deny my Lord and Savior? And so they tried to burn him, and he just would not burn. And they eventually had to kill him by stabbing him.
Man, can you imagine having such a real faith in Christ that you became literally fireproof? Dude, that's insane. Ugh.
Micah?
Yeah, man, there's so many church fathers that I could pick from. But one that I actually posted about that I really, really loved was Justin Martyr. He was actually martyred, so it's kind of funny.
Was that the guy that took like 40 arrows?
No, he actually got burned alive, unfortunately. But so in essence, so he was condemned by the Catholic Church. He was a Christian apologist.
Okay.
And he actually condemned a lot of the heresies found in the early Catholic Church. And one of the biggest things that he stood up for was in the second century. He wrote about the divinity of Christ and how he was the logos in John 1:1. And there was a lot of controversy in that time about that.
Yeah.
And he was the initial person that said that basically like it was a direct connection to Jesus' divinity, and he was condemned as a heretic by a lot of people because of that, and he got burned alive because he also said that he also denied, I think it was I forget what else he said. It was like heresy. I think it was like...
Was he the one that also denied the sinlessness of Mary?
Yes, that's what it was. Yes.
Yeah, because they also...
Immaculate Conception.
Yes, that's right.
Well, yeah, I don't get that because a lot of them also will teach that Mary stayed a virgin after giving birth to Jesus, and it's like...
She had 2 kids!
It's like, yeah, she had other kids. It's like... God did not, like, slingshot more messiahs into her.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
No. But yeah, dude, that's crazy. I mean, so he was burned at the stake, and he's the one we get the term martyr from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't even imagine having the faith to stand up to stuff like that. I would hope if the moment ever came, I would, but...
Well, as John Piper once put it, he said in a sermon, he was giving an illustration of that very question, which, you know, he talked about this little girl who was in the faith, and she asked her dad, like, Dad, like, I don't know if, like, the moment I had to die for Jesus, I don't know if I could. And he said, honey, I give you a train ticket every once in a while to go across the city. She's like, do I give you that train ticket the week beforehand, or do I give it to you the moment of to get on the train, like right before you get on the train? She goes, well, right before I get on the train. She says, does the Holy Spirit not work in the same way, that in the moment before that trial that he will give you the strength to endure?
Mm.
So
That's really good.
Yeah, it's like, we hope so, but we hope we would be able to do that, but I think in our own like finite human mindset, we don't grasp the power that the Holy Spirit can give us in that moment, because that's not us, that's all him.
Yeah, and dude, even nowadays we see it happening, and you hear about these Christians getting captured by ISIS, and they're like, denounce Christ or we're cutting your head off, and these people are just like, nah, do it. It's like, I can't imagine, like, and going out in such a brutal way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your mind, I think they say that your mind is active for 7 seconds still after you're decapitated. And that, like, your mind goes through, like, the whole course of, like, your lifetime in, like, a slowed down cycle.
That's crazy.
So what if we're all decapitated and we're just going through our lives in this point? Like, the replay of the mind in our minds.
we already lived.
Dude, but, yeah, I just can't even imagine it.
Another big one that's not very known at all. And I also posted about this guy. His name is John Frith. And he actually produced his own writings as evidence of for his views, and he was deemed as a heretic by the Catholic Church as well. And they asked him before he got burned alive. They asked him, "Do you believe in purgatory, and do you believe in transubstantiation?" And he replied that neither purgatory nor transubstantiation could be proven by the Holy Scriptures, and thus was condemned as a heretic. And he actually got burned alive with 2 other people that actually agreed with what he said. One was a tailor, and the other guy was literally just a shoemaker.
A tailor and a cobbler.
Yeah, and they literally just agreed with his writings and what he produced, and they found out that they were in agreement with his writings against those doctrines, and they threw all 3 of them together and like burned them all alive. And like, think about it, and those are like doctrines that we call secondary.
Yeah.
And these people actually went to the stake to die for them.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if that's really secondary though, because that's distorting the gospel. As we know.
It is, yeah.
So, but think about it. Like, I think that it gives a lot of an example. This is why I admire a lot of people, a lot of martyrs in the days of old, because like it really shows what was important.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they were willing to die for just about anything, as long as it was something that preserved the name of Christ.
Yeah.
Well, my dudes, we are just about out of time. We covered some fun topics, some more somber topics. Yeah. All that just to say, thank you guys again for watching and listening to the Undeserving Podcast. Yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed it. That's about all I've got to say so far.
Micah, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, Micah, we're always glad when you join us. It's always a good time. Listeners and watchers on the YouTube, comments, let us know your favorite movies. If you have a church father that really inspired you, let us know. Want to get in contact with us, undeservingpodcast@gmail.com. Questions, comments, concerns, address for check sending, we'll take it all.
Sow a seed, baby.
Sow a seed into the ministry. And until we see you guys again, I'm Josh.
I'm Bryan.
And I'm Micah.
And we hope you guys have a great, blessed day. Thanks again.
Blessed day.
Oh, hey. You guys stuck around a little longer. Hope you liked that episode. Let's say there's a random box somewhere over here. Or maybe, let's say Woody raises his arm and points somewhere over this way. Say you click on one of those videos and watch more Undeserving Podcast. We'll be waiting for you guys.